No one expected the quiet morning at the airport to turn into one of the most chaotic moments in the global fandom world. It started with a shaky, unclear video uploaded by a passerby, just a few seconds long, blurred by movement, but unmistakably electrifying. In the video, a figure dressed fully in black, hood pulled low, mask covering most of his face, rushed across the entrance of the departure terminal, followed closely by staff carrying a beige suitcase. In less than 10 seconds, the internet had erupted. Was that Jungkook? Why was he moving so fast? Why so covered? And the biggest question of all, where was he going? What began as an ordinary day suddenly transformed into a whirlwind of theories, emotional reactions, and breathless anticipation. Fans across the world paused whatever they were doing. Notifications lit up phones everywhere, group chats exploded, and timelines flooded with the same video looped endlessly as ARMY tried to decipher the mystery. Even though the figure's face was hidden, even though the lighting was far from ideal, the aura was impossible to miss. There was something uniquely Jungkook about the quick, urgent steps, the all-black outfit, the confident but cautious posture. It was enough to spark a global frenzy. The footage wasn't meant to be leaked. It was most likely caught by chance, someone testing their phone camera, someone recording the crosswalk, or maybe someone capturing the general airport ambience. Yet the moment the hooded figure entered the frame, everything changed. A single moment frozen in pixels, a glimpse so unexpected that it sent shockwaves through millions. The clip spread like wildfire, surpassing trends, outperforming news cycles, and dominating social media conversations within minutes. ARMY sensed something was happening, something bigger than just a casual flight. Jungkook wasn't alone. The staff member walking beside him seemed unusually focused, clutching the suitcase like it carried something crucial. There was urgency in their pace, determination in their walk, and secrecy in their movements. The emotional waves that washed through the fandom were intense. Some fans were excited, almost euphoric at the possibility of a new project, a surprise performance, or an unexpected overseas schedule. Others felt a rush of nervous anticipation. What if this had something to do with a collaboration? What if Jungkook was about to record something monumental? But among the excitement, there was also a cloud of concern. Why was he so covered? Why did he seem to be rushing? Was he trying to avoid being seen? Was there something he needed to keep hidden from the public eye? The mystery deepened as high-resolution stills from the video began circulating. Fans zoomed in on every pixel, the shoes, the silhouette, the posture, even the way he carried his backpack. Jungkook's body language had always been distinct, an energetic yet careful balance of confidence and humility. And in this footage, even with half his face concealed, that essence was still visible. ARMY recognized him immediately. It wasn't just wishful thinking. It wasn't a guess. It was instinct, the kind only longtime fans could possess. What made the situation even more suspicious was the timing. Jungkook had been quiet for days, no updates, no public appearances, no hints dropped through social media. Usually, when something like this happened, there was a reason behind the silence. ARMY knew Jungkook wasn't the type to disappear without purpose. He was known for surprising fans, for planning things behind the scenes, for working silently until the perfect moment arrived to reveal something shocking. As the theories began to form, the atmosphere within the fandom shifted from confusion to excitement. Some believed he was heading to Los Angeles, known for being a hotspot for music production, collaborations, and video shoots. Others insisted it had to be Japan, given the recent trend of artists choosing Tokyo for secret filmings and brand deals. And then there were those who speculated a return to Europe, perhaps for a high-fashion event, a private meeting, or a yet-to-be-announced brand campaign. After all, Jungkook's connection to the fashion world had only strengthened in recent years, but the biggest and most intriguing theory revolved around the idea of a secret mission. The staff's hurried pace, the concealed appearance, the lack of any official confirmation, everything pointed to a plan that wasn't meant to be discovered. What if Jungkook was working on something massive? A new era? A film project? A high-budget music video? A sudden collaboration with a global superstar? Or perhaps something even more unexpected, something that would redefine his career in ways fans had never imagined. The thought sent chills across the fandom. Jungkook was no stranger to unexpected moves. His solo journey had been filled with surprises, each one bigger than the last. Every time fans thought they had seen it all, Jungkook returned with something more powerful, more emotional, more breathtaking. He had the kind of ambition that didn't rest, the kind of creativity that demanded constant exploration. So when fans saw him sprinting into the airport, their instincts told them this wasn't just a random flight, it was the beginning of something monumental. As the hours passed, the video accumulated millions of views. News outlets began picking it up, speculating along with fans. Articles popped up left and right, each trying to decipher the mystery. Some claimed it was for a brand shoot, others suggested a surprise concert appearance, while a few took a more emotional angle. Perhaps Jungkook was traveling for personal reasons, something deeply private, but ARMY knew better. The suitcase the staff carried looked too official, too precise, too carefully handled. It wasn't a casual trip. It wasn't a vacation bag. It looked like equipment. It looked like the kind of luggage artists used for professional schedules. Fans began listing possibilities. A secret music video shoot. A last-minute performance recording. A brand partnership sealed in another country. A surprise studio session. A collaboration with an A-list artist. A hidden documentary project. Each theory felt plausible, because with Jungkook, almost anything was possible. His career had reached a point where the world watched his every move, where every action carried weight, where even silence sparked global speculation. But why the secrecy? Why the disguise? Why the urgency? That question lingered like a storm cloud, forming theories within theories. Jungkook had always been mindful of his privacy and security, but this seemed different. This felt like an operation, something coordinated, something planned, something orchestrated by both him and his team. The way the staff moved, the way Jungkook adjusted his hood, the way they navigated the airport entrance, it all hinted at intention. They weren't avoiding attention, they were preventing discovery. ARMY couldn't help but wonder if something larger was happening behind the scenes. The entertainment world had recently been filled with whispers, rumors of new projects, global partnerships, and monumental returns. Could Jungkook be part of that? Was he leading something groundbreaking? Was he preparing for a comeback that would shake the industry? The emotional impact of the video reached far beyond simple excitement. It touched something deeper. Jungkook had a way of connecting with fans even in the smallest moments, even when he wasn't trying. His presence carried force. His silence carried meaning. And in that short, blurry footage, fans felt both the thrill of anticipation and the warmth of connection. They felt the familiar heartbeat of waiting, of wondering, of hoping. Hours turned into a full day, yet no official statement emerged. Not from HYBE, not from Jungkook, not from any media outlets. The silence became part of the suspense, fueling theories and emotional reactions. The fandom waited with bated breath, refreshing timelines, checking trending topics, noticing every small detail. Someone pointed out the suitcase brand. Another recognized the staff member from previous schedules. Someone else claimed they saw a flight leaving around that time with VIP passengers. Little clues became puzzle pieces, and fans worked together to form the bigger picture. The mystery didn't frustrate them, it energized them. It ignited a sense of unity, a shared thrill, a collective heartbeat that echoed across continents. ARMY thrived on moments like this, moments where Jungkook unknowingly created global waves with a single appearance. It was a reminder of his influence, his magnetism, his presence that transcended borders. Even hidden behind a mask and hood, he shined. As the video continued dominating the internet, fans began emotionally reflecting on how far Jungkook had come. From a young trainee to a global icon, from small concert halls to the largest stages in the world, from uncertain beginnings to worldwide recognition.